What's up, Nerd Society? Today we're talking about 10 Batman villains who have yet to make their big screen debut. That's right, even though The Dark Knight has faced off against some iconic enemies in the movies, there are still some amazing villains from the comics waiting for their moment to shine. If you're a Batman fan and want to learn more about these characters, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below which villain you think should be in the next movie. Let's dive in. Clayface. The original Clayface was named Basil Karlo. Karlo was an actor who went mad after learning that a classic horror film he starred in, The Terror, was being remade with another actor in the lead role. He then used the monster mask from the film. Clayface possesses the ability to transform into literally anyone. This power would definitely make for an intriguing addition to a Batman movie. Imagine the chaos and tension of Batman facing an enemy who can take on the appearance of anyone, making it almost impossible to tell friend from foe. With his shape-shifting abilities, Clayface could bring a fresh, unpredictable element to the Batman universe, making him a perfect candidate for a future film. Many of Batman's enemies revolve around a central theme or gimmick, whether it's riddles, birds, cats, plants, ice, and so on. Jervis Tetch, also known as the Mad Hatter, is no exception, building his criminal persona around his obsession with Alice in Wonderland. True to his name, the Mad Hatter typically commits crimes using special hats equipped with mind control technology. He uses these hats to brainwash others into following his commands. While he might seem silly at first glance, the Mad Hatter is a devious villain whose mental manipulations should never be underestimated. His unique brand of crime and control makes him a particularly intriguing character with plenty of potential for a Batman film. Hush, created by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. Hush quickly became one of the most popular villains to appear in Batman comics over the past few decades. What makes this villain so effective is that he's essentially a twisted version of Bruce Wayne himself. Tommy Elliot was a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne, but their paths diverged drastically. Tommy blames Bruce for the trajectory of his own life. As Hush, he becomes a brutal adversary and a brilliant strategist, making him a fantastic candidate for a film. His character would fit perfectly into the tone of Matt Reeves' Batman universe, adding a layer of psychological depth and personal vendetta to the storyline. Manbat began as Kirk Langstrom, a brilliant scientist and biologist with a deep interest in chiropterology, the study of bats. Driven by a desire to cure his growing deafness, Langstrom developed a serum that would give humans sonar and echolocation abilities similar to bats. However, the serum instead transformed him into a monstrous bat-human hybrid. Much like the Hulk or the Lizard, Manbat is a classic Jekyll and Hyde character, a once innocent scientist now battling the murderous beast inside him. Many of Batman's greatest villains serve as dark reflections of Bruce himself, and as the name suggests, Manbat is no exception. Fun fact, fans of Batman, the animated series will remember that Manbat was the antagonist of the very first episode on Leatherwings. Azrael might be one of the biggest missed opportunities for a Batman movie so far, considering the character comes with a rich backstory that's just waiting to be explored. The storyline surrounding the Order of Saint Dumas, Azrael's methods, and the way he mirrors Batman make for some incredibly compelling material. Azrael, also known as Jean-Paul Valley, was trained by the secretive and deadly Order, and his role as their enforcer put him on a collision course with Bruce Wayne. Eventually, Azrael even temporarily replaced Bruce as Batman, leading to one of the most fascinating arcs in the comics. His more violent approach to justice contrasts sharply with Bruce's moral code, making him a darker and more ruthless version of the Dark Knight. The complex dynamic between Azrael and Batman, the history of the Order, and his eventual downfall would be a perfect fit for a movie, giving fans a deeper look into the darker sides of Gotham's vigilantes. Victor Zash. Victor Zash is one of the most chilling psychopaths in Batman's rogue gallery. He's a serial killer who murders his victims with a knife and carves a tally mark into his own skin for every life he takes. Though he had a brief cameo in Batman Begins, it was more of an Easter egg than a true appearance. Zash's character has so much potential for a bigger role in future films. His obsessive need to kill, coupled with the grotesque way he keeps track of his victims, makes him a terrifying, unpredictable villain. A full portrayal of Zash in a Batman movie could bring a level of horror and intensity that hasn't really been explored on the big screen. His deranged mentality and violent nature would make him a menacing presence, especially in the darker, grittier tone of recent Batman films. Professor PYG, one of Batman's most disturbing villains. Professor PYG is a relatively recent addition to the Dark Knight's Rogue Gallery. Created by Grant Morrison, the character's original name, PYG, carries a double meaning. While he wears a pig mask, the name also evokes Pygmalion, the sculptor from Greek mythology who sought to create the perfect woman by sculpting her out of ivory. Like his namesake, Professor PYG is an obsessed artist who aims to create perfect beings. He kidnaps innocent people and conducts horrific experiments on them, turning them into brainwashed monsters known as Dolatrons. His twisted personality and ghastly experiments make him both unforgettable and deeply unsettling. Although he hasn't made his big screen debut yet, Professor PYG did appear in live action in the series Gotham. Hugo Strange. Hugo Strange is a psychologist who once worked at Arkham Asylum and is obsessed with Batman to the point where he discovers the hero's secret identity. However, consumed by his own madness, he chooses not to reveal it to anyone. Strange has appeared in one of the Arkham video games and the series Gotham, but he has yet to make his way into a feature film. His complex psychological profile and his dangerous obsession with Batman would make for a compelling and eerie film character. Hugo Strange's ability to blend psychological manipulation with his knowledge of Batman's secrets could add a deeply unsettling layer to his story, making him a perfect candidate for a future Batman film. Solomon Grundy. The super-strong zombie, known as Solomon Grundy, wasn't always a Batman villain. He first appeared in 1944 as an enemy of Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern, and has since faced off against Superman, Flash, Swamp Thing, and various others. In recent decades, however, Grundy has found a niche among Batman's rogues. He's clashed with the Dark Knight in animated series like The Batman and Batman, The Brave and the Bold, as well as in the game Batman, Arkham City. Additionally, he's featured prominently in the iconic comic storyline Batman, The Long Halloween. Grundy's eerie, undead presence and immense strength make him a formidable and memorable adversary, perfect for a darker, supernatural angle in a Batman film. Black Mask. It's still a mystery why Black Mask hasn't been featured in any DC Comics or Batman films yet. The character seems tailor-made for a cinematic adaptation, given his visually striking appearance and the compelling storylines that often involve organized crime and the mafia, subjects that are highly suitable for a Batman movie. Created by Doug Moench and Tom Mandrake, Roman Siones, aka Black Mask, is a wealthy crime lord with a penchant for brutality. He wears a mask made from the blackened wood of his family's coffin, symbolizing his complete break from his past life and his embrace of a criminal identity. Black Mask is known for his ruthless approach to crime and his deep connections with Gotham's underworld. His intricate plots and complex character provide a great opportunity to explore themes of power, corruption, and control. Black Mask's involvement in organized crime makes him a formidable opponent for Batman, blending gangster drama with the dark, gritty elements of Gotham City. A film featuring Black Mask could offer a fresh perspective on Batman's rogues gallery and delve into the darker side of Gotham's criminal landscape. Thanks for sticking around and diving into the world of these intriguing Batman villains with us. We've covered some pretty fascinating characters today, each with their own unique story and potential for an amazing film adaptation. If you enjoyed exploring these lesser-known villains, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Your likes really help us out, and let us know what kind of content you're enjoying. And if you want to keep up with all our latest videos on superheroes, villains, and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to hear from you. So drop a comment below and let us know which villain you think should make their big screen debut next. Your feedback means a lot to us and helps shape our future videos. Thanks again for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, keep being awesome.